Hello, friends. Welcome to my channel. I am Ananda Rose, and you are so very welcome here. And you've just caught me trying to get my microphone in front of me. Well, the technology as it is. My reason is I'm technologically challenged. How are you doing, friends? How's everything going in your worlds? Well, I just thought I'd do today's light language message. I've just been out today, come back about 10 minutes ago, got ready to do this transmission, and then realized I'm looking after a beautiful cat called Poppy, and I went over to get Poppy settled for the evening, and Poppy is not at home. She's not ready to come back home and get settled for the evening. I mean, it is a bit early, but it is now. What is the time? It is now about 9 minutes past 5 in the afternoon, and her mum had said to me, "Oh, she'll be ready from about 3 o'clock in the afternoon." Well, I went there at 4:30. She wasn't, but I thought I'd come back, sit here, and do this transmission, and then I'll go back and look after Poppy. So that's Poppy. She's beautiful. She's, I think, a one of those exotic cats with the blue. They call it a blue nose. I mean, she looks ragdoll Persian to me. So I'm not sure about all the breeds, but that's what she looks like. And she's really lovely, beautiful natured cat. And I'm looking after her for a few days, so that's going to give me my dose of cat love or feline love. So, friends, today is an interesting day. It is the 11th of September, and we are in the year 2024, obviously. And we all know that, right? But for some reason today, the energy has been weird for the last few days. And that's what I'm going to talk about. I'm going to talk a little bit about that. And I'm going to talk about something called the Mercury wind, the Mercury wind. I call it the Mercury wind. And I'll tell you my thoughts on it. And I'll tell you a little bit about my feelings today. Well, of course, I'll talk about my feelings, right? That's what I do. And something that I've just done that I think I would like to share with you. Maybe you think you want to do it for whatever reason. And we'll tell you what's coming up. As you know, we're doing Merlin Magic on Friday morning here. And then we'll do a message that I was given for today, and we will do a light language. And we'll end with that, okay? So firstly, so I've told you about Poppy. And before we go on to talk about anything else, I think let's just do a little bit of a clearing for us, and I'll do some light language, bringing in some what we call karakia here in our First Nations language, which is Tereo. Karakia is like an opening invitation of positive energy, love, and light. Okay, so that's what it means. It's like you would say an opening prayer if you were talking about it in terms of that word prayer. So I'll just do a karakia for us, and I hope that's okay to say. And don't want to offend any of our First Nations people by saying that, but it's okay. It's here. It's happening in New Zealand. It is my channel, and I'm bringing in a message of love, hope, and joy and peace. And so before we actually get to that, let's do the karakia. So we're going to keep our feet firmly planted on the ground, everyone. Any sounds you hear in the background are the ducks. Welcome, dear ones. Calling all ourselves in from all aspects of ourselves, from wherever, to be right here in completion, in this time, in this moment, in this space. Thank you, everyone. So there we go. We brought in the energies. Right, coming back to the day. How was your day? I hope it's been a good day so far, and I hope that if you're starting your day, that it's going to be a really good day for you. Okay, because good days are important. We live in times now where every day is a good day, right? But it depends on what we create and how we navigate from there. So, just feeling the energies again already here with us. So easy to bring it in, so easy these days, because what we call in comes to us. The light that is coming down is so strong and it is so available to us. The light codes are so intense for us. So coming back to what I was talking about before going into doing the karakia, the last 2 days is felt the energy has felt different. It's felt strange. Yesterday felt really, I'm not sure if I said this in yesterday's video, but it felt like there was like something brewing under the surface. And then today it feels like we have the bellowing silent wind, which I call the Mercury wind. It's just a wind that's blowing. It's not as cold as it could be. It's kind of warm, but it's not totally warm. And then it just blows, but it's just gentle bellowing. And I say bellowing, it's the only way I can describe it, but it's there, it's in the air. There is an energy of things just happening, but not quite free, not quite free of any tensions or any blocks. Okay, so there's almost like I feel the Mercury wind is a wind that communicates things are about to happen. Yesterday we had the flying under the radar kind of feeling, and today it feels like it's, oh yeah, okay, it's building up. Now, if you're watching this for the first time, I do often, when I speak in English, sometimes the only way I can express what I mean will be in light language and it will come out. So I hope that that's okay for you. It brings light codes, it brings wisdom, it brings understanding. People have got messages from it. So that's what we do here, right? I want to say I find it interesting how I've started doing these transmissions again. Last year, I was doing them all the way up to September. And then we had some very serious news from family in South Africa. And then we kind of dropped things because I suddenly had work. And then we had that news. And then I started a job. And then I also, had to suddenly go to South Africa for 2 weeks. Or, well, not even 2 weeks, 9 days. Traveled there, visited sick family member, and returned within 9 days. And that was pretty intense for us. I mean, when I got back, I was back to doing the work that I had signed up for. And I was really unwell afterwards. And it kind of brought to a closure these regular updates that I was doing every day. I don't know if that's what this starts. I don't feel like it is that, but I just felt like it's almost like some things needed to come back to what we were doing a while back, and or what we haven't done in a long time to suddenly do this week. And so this is what I did. And I remember when I was doing that, I also talked about stuff that I was doing. I would tell you about what was happening in my day, but then I would also tell you about preserves I made. And I did do jams and preserves this year. I did all of them. I did the lime pickle that I do. That's the Indian style lime pickle, South African Indian style lime pickle. I've done it. It's in the cupboard. I've done the Tahitian lime preserve, which I talked about last year. And I did Fijo jelly. I did guava jelly. This year I did figs as well. So I did figs in a sort of like a preserve, but I also did dried fig preserve, dry roasted figs, and preserved them. So it's pretty awesome. But one of the new things I did was that, if you can see it, I'll maybe show it to you here. Now this looks like an already dried lemon. So I decided to dry citrus fruit this year. Why am I talking about this? Because like, oh, Rose, what do you mean? Why do you need to tell us about this stuff? Because we're talking about energy. But it's fun, right? It's something you can do yourself. All you have to do is pick your fruit, clean it, wash it, slice it, put it in the oven, or put it in a food dryer. Not a food dryer, food dehydrator. That's the word. And then you get this kind of product. Now, friends, we are living in times where we're probably going to need to do things like this. And so that's one tip I wanted to share with all of you about this. And I'll tell you what you'd use this for. You'd bake with it. You could use it. You could probably grind it into powder and add it to give a lemony flavor to your baking, or you could put it into your icing. Or if you wanted to use it as a cake, decorating your cake as a topping, you can put it into the icing and I can see it in my head. I hope you can see it in your imagination too. But I love drinking my tea with one of these slices in it because it's something very different about the intensity of the citrus. So this is lemon. I've only done lemon. I haven't done a huge batch of it, but I'm planning to do a huge batch of it because, as you know, I'm now having to create my own life, as in I am no longer being employed in the mainstream. I no longer have my bookkeeping client. What I am doing at the moment is energy healing, work on YouTube, doing Patreon, doing work collaborations, both in person and online with various people, you know. So, and all of you know about that because I've done something with Kirsty Marie, I've done something with Emma from Being Magic, and I'm about to do Merlin Magic with Craig Lyle. So, one of the things that my guides have asked me to do is to look at doing that on a huge scale. And just, selling it to people that are friends. Yeah, not, it doesn't have to be hard and hard graft. It doesn't have to be anything you do that's got a lot of regulation attached to it, as long as it's hygienically prepared and you know what that means. I have a food safety certificate. It's not current, but I have gone through that certification, so I have some understanding about food safety. And so, share it with friends. We are creating the age of, well, we are in the age of Aquarius, and we're creating our community support, right? How we can communicate, how we can exchange food and things like that, where we grow ourselves or we make something ourselves and then we share it with our community and we exchange either for dollars or for something else. So that's what I needed to share with you. So I hope someone gained something from that, because the guides were asking me to talk about it. And then speaking about collaborations, on Friday morning here on the channel, Craig Lyle and I will be doing Merlin Magic. It's Merlin Magic Transmission. The Merlin Magic Transmission is what it's called. Craig works with Merlin, and he is going to be bringing in healing for the body, mind, and soul. And I will be doing some light language. Now, you can sign up for that. I put the link in the description box yesterday. I will put the link in today as well. You can sign up for that and come in there and think about why would you be doing it? Well, why, if you resonate with the energy of Merlin, if you feel like a magician in terms of your energy healing, if you resonate with dragons, Merlin was a dragon master. Merlin might have been a dragon in one of his lifetimes anyway. Many of us are dragons. Many of us were dragons. Many of us work with dragons, as you well know if you watch the channel. So I feel like I need to talk about that because today I was listening to, or I was doing the meditation with Dinah Cooper for the Monadic Merge for September. And that's the other thing that's kind of come back into my space, because I was at the Monadic Merge in October, that meditation, the big one that happened in Portugal, and all of us signed up for it, and they were like 500 people live there, and they were all of us online, watching it online and being part of the Monadic Merge. And then she got the download after that one to do a monthly one. And then I kind of got to January and realized I couldn't do that. I was asked to like just take a step back from it. And then suddenly this week it's come back into my space. And then I felt, okay, I think I need to do it. And I did today's monadic. Well, it wasn't today's, but I did September's monadic merge meditation. I'll put the link for that in the description box if you're thinking you are interested to find out a little bit more about that. Because it's part of us doing the monadic merge meditation is part of our ascension process. Some things had to go away for a while for us to take the journey that we have been taking, because we had to be busy with other things, and the mind space was not enough for what to add monadic merge to it. But the things that you need will always come back. You can't lose it. You can't miss it. What is for you will not pass you by. What is for you will not pass you by. So, I'm having to learn that myself in a big way, because, think about what I just said about work. I'm having to say that I'm just going to roll with it, go with the flow, trust the process, all of that. For the first time in my life, I really have to trust the process. I've always had things come into my life, especially like, mainstream work will come and suddenly I'll get a job and I'll work with that. And then I'll forget about all the energy stuff that I've been doing, all my time that I spend meditating, because now I get busy with that. That has been the reason why the last 5 years for me has been so different. That has been part of what my dark night of the soul has been about. I've had to come to realize that I needed to become my authentic self and take this journey, fulfilling my soul's purpose here on the planet. And that has been part of the process. That's where I'm at. I know I would have probably been talking about this a year ago. And a year later, that's what I've learned. Because as soon as I get work in the mainstream, I then not lose interest, but my mind is taken up with that mainstream work that I do not give this the attention it needs. And now I'm finally being told, you can't go back. You need to keep going forward. You can't go back to that. You have to keep going forward with this, with what this is all about. Okay, friends. So I've told you everything that I needed to tell you for this message. Thank you, everyone, for your comments. I had some lovely comments for after the last 2 days transmissions. Found somebody on there that I really want to talk about. Talk with. It would be great if people want to share their stories on the comments, because I really love hearing from you and I love your comments. And also trust the process that, obviously when people share their experiences, they feel safe to share the experience. They feel that they can trust being in the space, right? And I love that. That's what that says to me. That's what it says about my energy, that it makes you feel like you want to talk about something that's personal to you. Yes, so you might be talking to that lovely lady because I feel would be nice for us to have a chat about what exactly does twin flame mean? Yeah, how do you know it's your twin flame? Yeah. All right, we are now going to just bring in today's message. Today's card is called Loving Compassion. I'm going to share my screen with you now. And it is from the Oracle card deck by Izzy Ivy called Beyond Lemuria. This is what I was guided to do today. And yeah, Loving Compassion, number 16 card, which in numerology 1 + 6 = 7. That is the number of the universe. We'll say the number of the universe. Someone out there needs to hear this message, and so we will read it. I need this message even. Unconditional. So the words to describe this card is what she gives us, a list of words. Unconditional love, empathy, compassion, care, friendliness, goodwill, benevolence, beyond duality, safe space, forgiveness through expanded perspectives, open-hearted joy. Loving kindness is one of the greatest forces available to us on earth. It has the ability to transform all. Unconditional love is the vibration most closely aligned with God or the divine. When we allow ourselves to drop deep into heart space, we feel interconnected and in a state of oneness. As we choose to direct our lives with love, all that is not real or serving us will drop away. Wow. Conflicts resolve, power struggles dissolve, and a sense of inner peace and comfort will radiate from within. Love is the root of happiness. When we can fluidly give and receive with the ease of breathing in and out, we can fly freely. Loving compassion is a fundamental element in the balance of life. It holds the seeds of the new paradigm of evolution. When doing hands-on healing, I will say it again, when doing hands-on healing, this is the force we call on. It is life force energy or God essence, and it brings healing, vitality, and transformation to everything it touches. When we manifest or affirm something into the world from a piece of love, I'll say it again, when we manifest or affirm something into the world from a place of love, the reasoning imbued in the statement will reflect our intent. If we manifest from fear, our journey will bring all the learning needed to gear us back into love. Unconditional love transcends duality. It sees beyond reasoning and situation to allow new stories to be told and for new beginnings to emerge. It transmutes all that is out of balance back to 0 point and bridges heaven and earth. This card invites you to bring more loving to the situation at hand, whether it is toward yourself or someone connected to the question. It may imply a need for forgiveness or for seeing things from a fresh, more expansive perspective. This card is a reminder that you are loved and have infinite access to the gentle yet powerful force of loving compassion as and when you need it. To bring yourself back into your heart, think about those you love and moments with them when you have felt joy. Expand this feeling out to more and more people, creatures, and places until the whole planet is infused with this beautiful, warm, and loving feeling. Wow, friends. What can I say? I'm going to stop sharing because I feel that before we do the light language, we need to do a little bit of a, I don't know, maybe do we call it pep talk? Very interesting day today. It is today, the 11th of September, 2024. It is an iconic day for the planet, for the people of the world. It is it is a day where all of us in the world were gathered together in a way that was horrific. And it was a day for loving compassion all around the world. Now, much of the United States is still in the 10th of September or just starting in the early hours of the 11th of September at this point in time. And so many people were affected by the events that took place in the year 2001 on this day, the 11th of September. And I feel it's really interesting that today's card is loving compassion. Friends, there is so much we can say about that day. But today, I would like us to exercise our loving compassion to the day, to the people that were affected. You know, so many catastrophes have happened on the planet. You know, for example, an aircraft went missing. Malaysian, what was that? MH340, MH40. But those were the numbers, right? What was it? The 8th of March. Not so, well, maybe 10, 11 years ago also. There are days of catastrophe. At least one day in a month is a day of catastrophe that something big happens somewhere on the planet. And when I mention the flight that went missing and people were not found, still haven't been found, supposedly, I'm not taking anything away from today. But today, we want to exercise our loving compassion to all people on this planet who were affected or not affected by that day and the events of that day. We also know that as a people now, knowing what we know now, that there is a lot of controversy about the cause of what happened on that day, who the perpetrators were. And so when we are taking the journey to self and we want to be our authentic selves, what we will figure out, what we will realize today and any other day in the future, whether it's already realized or whether it is going to be realized or whether it is being realized, what we will come to realize is that many of us are going through things, emotions, and feelings about this particular day in 2001 from some platform. And today I invite you to exercise your loving compassion not just to those who were affected, those who went, those whose lives were lost, those who survived, if anybody survived in whatever situation happened on that day, for those who took the blame, for those who were blamed, for those who are to blame. What I am going to encourage us all today is to have loving compassion for self. Whatever it is that plays around in your mind about this day today, we welcome loving compassion. We welcome truth. We welcome authenticity. We also ask, very importantly, that from this day forth, the platform we operate on, the platform every one of us operates on, will be the platform of authenticity, of truth. I think I want to say more than anything else, I have loving compassion for every person that was affected. Some of the stories, some of the things, some of whatever happened. Unfathomable grief, unfathomable things. You can only imagine for those that actually went down, in this catastrophic day, in that year of 2001. You can only imagine the last moments for them. And perhaps we must change that horror and fear and worry to something of love and acceptance, and knowing that wherever they were going to was a better place. They were going to pure positive energy. Makiranaka. Let's bring the energy of love, loving compassion, unconditional love today in this time and space for all of us here on the planet that have gone ahead into the pure positive energy space, but also for those that have remained. And let truth be the platform on which we stand. Let love and truth and high vibration be the platform on which we stand to navigate from this time forth for the future. Karimikoto. Transformation. So take some time to get yourself comfortable. Have a glass of water near you if you need it. Sipping karimikoto no karamata. Okay, nakita rukate na karanakto marakata na kuronate tamakaranata na kudo ramachai. Keep your feet firmly planted on the ground, friend. Koratia karet. Kuratia karanati kuronati koronakatama koronata itafanahai. Take a deep breath. Breathing into the body, all the way to the bottom of the belly, pushing the air right to the floor, and then bringing it all the way up. And then breathing it out. Breathing it out. Breathing it out. Another breath. Let's take the last one. Breathing it out. Makuto makate makairana to farana hayam. Orana kiela. Orana kiela matolam. We're just going to start with the love code. Ichonje jojo na kitleare. I corona machaina corona chaina kana makatututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututututu Om. Koronaki tama koronate ma koronate. O anatia we're just bringing in the love codes, light codes, kurumakita for love, unconditional love. These codes, these light codes are iridescent white, the gold light, coming in with aqua blue and pink. Now we could have started with the low vibrational ones, but we could have started with to clear low vibrational ones, but we needed to bring in the love light. And now, can you feel them? Can you feel them going through your being and all your energy space, your aura? Can you feel them lighting you up? Oh, just bringing back the image in front of us again. So these are the light codes. Looking very violet flame like. Take a moment to breathe. And as I was bringing this in, I hear the word sabotage. Now, I don't know what's sabotage, and I just mean sabotage. And for whatever reason, I think this is sabotage here on the channel, Kirotame. For anyone else who feels sabotage, kurumakiti, the energy of sabotage, that's very interesting, right? Now we're bringing in some light codes. These are golden light codes. Imagine them. Golden light codes coming through right through your body, removing the energy of sabotage, removing the energy of what is not real. There's a blue being here. And I think that this is the Arcturian energy coming through. So the energy is coming through from the Arcturian side of the Phoenix that I channel. Beloveds, we bring you the golden codes for authenticity, removing sabotage, removing if you're feeling like you are being sabotaged, whatever that is, be it your work, be it your truth, be it your journey, be it your ascension process, whatever it is. Did you think, friends, that you were going to awaken, that you were going to come out and be there in the forefront with the work that you do, with the ascension process, that you are going to declare your galacticness, that you are a light worker, light being, starseed, come here to support planet Earth through the transformation that both planet Earth and the collective on this planet are going through, and that you are not going to be deterred. Don't think that. Golden light codes golden, golden, Maranamaya Momai. Hora Mahaina, Mahaina, Matura, Mahaina, no, Ainamayam. Akana kutufai, karana fitle, akana kutufaro my. I'm just feeling this wave, the wave coming through. Let's keep swimming. Remember that you are not just underwater, but you're above ground in the airwaves. Flying through, going with flow, doing your part. Bellowing like this mercury wind silently through the ethers, bringing in your communication, bringing in the higher vibrational messages. Receive this now, friends. Keba. And as you receive it, feet firmly planted on the ground, breathe again. Kurmakhatana. And so, friends, I am being asked to bring in the violet flame, the silver and purple violet flame, together with the silver platinum light code. We're bringing this in now for healing, for truth and healing for the collective. Whatever it is that you believe, whatever it is that's been playing in your mind about this day, September 11th, 2001. Wake up, inatika. Waking up to the fact that we don't know all, and what we know may not even be what happened. We're not saying people didn't suffer loss. Of course that happened. What is your platform that you operate from when you think about that day, friend? I ask this. I know that might feel challenging, but I need to ask you this. I am told loving compassion. Whose report do you believe? The report of truth. The report that is the truth. The divine truth. If you look at this image, can you see the hearts in here? The hearts are symbolic of you, bringing in your violet flame together with the silver platinum light code into your heart space. For us to acknowledge we don't know everything about this day in history. We know what we know. We know what we were told. We know what we think we know. What is it that we need to know? Do we even need to know? So this is bringing in the light code. This light code is bringing in the energy of release, 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 release everything that you know that is matrix, that is from the matrix. We're bringing in that light code. Truth, 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 truth prevailing. Yango natikanagelmatum Haramate I cannot Oh, hey, beautiful friend. I know it hurts. I know it hurts. I know you feel sad. Here I am. Here to but I have to ask you to look within yourself, to invite the beautiful platinum light code to bring your healing, to bring the truth in. I send you love and light. I send you love and light. I send you love and compassion. You don't call acham. I send you the soothing, healing balm of love and light. Amakaya, my beautiful baby, Karanato. Healing, healing, loving compassion. You are my beautiful one. I love you. Hilemetele ae. Alamakutna fam. Kolamati ae ae ae. Oh, yinakatena makena makato mafarana kito koronamai. Friends, and as I sing this language, I just feel all this vibration below my right eye. Nikitona machai. I just feel this beating below my right eye. And I feel like I'm just getting an awakening to my eyes. Namo Koronate. This picture improves with time. Even as we do the light language, it so improves. Look at this beautiful white light coming through. The blue and violet and the green and the kemachatono. It's a heart space. Heart space. Iranatu Korona Chayina Tefe. Almost represents below the water here. Below the water and above in the cosmos, Hinamaka. As above, so below. As above, so below. As above, so below. Truth may prevail. What is your platform? What is the LP? What is the record playing in your mind and in your thoughts, my friend, on this fateful day? I welcome you. Look at the light codes here. Doronati or Doronatia. I'm going to stop sharing now, my beloved friends. Simekeronotai. So much healing today, friends. So much emotion today. Trust your process. Whatever you believe about this fateful day, I am trusting you to look within yourself and to go to the intuition that is yours and to deprogram yourself and operate from this day on the loving, compassion, unconditional space. Take away judgment and bring in only love and compassion. Unconditional love and compassion. You know, compassion is another version of unconditional love, I believe. And know that we do not know everything we think we know. Know that what we think we know has got flaws in it. And so the best way, when you don't know the truth of everything, when you don't know all of the truth, when you don't know the other side, when you don't know what you don't know, the only thing to do is cover it with a multitude of love. Golden loving light, platinum loving light. Lots of love, dear ones. today. Lots of love. Whether it's about this fateful date or not, lots of love to you. Many things are happening right now on the planet. Trust the process. Very cliched, I know. But Ramatukorma, trust your process. Trust yourself. Hanakitatahe. There is hope. There is joy. And there is love. Most importantly, love, love, love. Now I'll remind you, after the transmission, take some time for yourself. Walk in nature. Play with the dog. Walk on the beach. Drink water. And be grounded. Thank you so much, friends. Thank you for watching. Namaste. Namahi. Karabekito no fahayana. Kutsamahyana matotofa.